You're listening to Truth on Tap with host Kevin Kierstead. Kevin.
I'm 6'5", 250, and trained, so bring that shit on, bitches.
I was listening to Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead last night. I've never really called into Kevin's show or gotten into any banter to him because, to be honest with you, he's way too intellectual for me. I mean, I'm no dummy, but this guy, I don't think I can hang with him verbally in just, discussing the issues. He's a really smart guy.
That's Wes Johnson. Find him at wesjohnson.com. The greatest on-air personality to ever bless the United States of America.
He does a really good show. It's very professionally done. He's on iHeartRadio.
I can sniff out bullies from a mile away, and I love to go after them. I am not alpha male until an alpha male shows up and tries to start bossing me around. That's when the alpha male comes out in me. I'm an alfalfa male. Once an alpha male gets in my face, I'm an alfalfa male. The cowlick pops up on the back of the head.
Every once in a while, you have to go to war.
The can'ts rise to become high waters. I got my dukes up.
I'm gonna, what do you call it, mute my mic so I don't deafen you, or defecate on you. And, oh shit, he made a poop noise. And then we're gonna...
And I'm ready to rock and roll. Give him a little Jack Johnson, Yeah.
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap.
You cannot handle the truth on tap, but you can handle this. 202 Alyssa Milano, 525.15. Days just keep going by, don't they? You keep saying you're going to do shit one day. There's Stabbeth in the Cugs. He gets the gold, silver, bronze, and blue tinted medal. I brought an extra one tonight, tossing that over to Stabathan McCugas, which is his German name, and he was an Inglorious Bastard. Remember the guy that they broke out of prison and he shot at all the people? He was a very bad man. Let me see if this shit's coming through now. Yeah. So what we're going to talk about tonight is failure, but not really in a depressing way. I've got some motivational shit for you. What I'm tired of is people saying, I'm going to write a book. And 20 years later, they're going, I'm going to write a book. And the thing is okay, if you're going to do it and you're just, I don't know, doing research, that's one thing. But for the most part, most people are not going to write the book. Most people are not going to do the radio show. They're not going to jump out of the airplane. I don't know what it is that holds people back. I know fear is a big factor, but I think a lot of it is really just self-doubt that you got to separate things like writing a book and a radio show from skydiving, because one can just take raw courage, whereas the other one may take something more complex, like the belief that you have something valuable to offer to others. I think you should strike those down. The ones that say, hey, self, I don't know if you have anything valuable to offer, so maybe it's just better if we stay shut up. I think you should strike those down. Because, in my opinion, when you live in a country that's always talking about free speech, you should probably use it as much as possible, just to prove it exists. Because can you imagine a country, can you imagine the United States? I saw somebody did a comment on a YouTube video today, said something like, these TED Talks are free, nobody should complain. I said, wait a minute now, excuse me, we have a difference of opinion here. I think we should be able to complain about things even if they're free. We might help this author improve his video. Whoever made this video, we might help the recipients, the listeners, the viewers to interpret the meaning of the video if we complain a little, if we point out a flaw here and there, if we offer some clarification, a little bit of constructive criticism, and note my alliteration. And that's altruistic alliteration as well. We're coming to the end of this song here. Let's, got to get my shit ready. You know, I have a couple of videos I'm going to toss through them because I have to. We may go back to a different time that this show used to be in. I'll tell you about that in a minute. You were just listening to George Elinas' DJ Arcod George Elinas remix, which means it's George Elinas, yes, but he got a Creative Commons song, which this is, from DJ Arcod, which is a very uninventive name, if I may. And then he remixed it. So he had to, and the name of the song was Pulse when DJ Arcod did it. He remixed it, and now he has to call it another very creative title, the George Elinas Remix. Well, thank you, George Elinas and DJ Arcod. I like the techno feel of that song. I'm not into techno, but it feels like I'm in a race car, and that's how I would like people listening to my show to feel. I'm in a race car. I'm in an audio race car. Andrew, my God. Well, thank you, Stabby. I didn't know I was your hero, but and you know I appreciate you being my editor as well. Stabby will correct me. Andrew, my favorite Australian, is now in the house. I'm going to have to do some Indian giving here, because I did give Stabby the gold, silver, and bronze medals, and I gave him my blue tinted one. I want to take the blue tinted medal back. He didn't care about it anyway. He just wanted the top 3 and give that to Andrew, because I'm a giver. And yeah, I did some Indian giving, but at least I didn't take it back and keep it for me. It was just a different, it was wealth redistribution, which you guys are huge fans of. I know, and that's what I'm sorry about that. I should have made it clear. Well, or Andrew can just fight you for it, and then I'm out of the loop. You can't blame me. I gave all 4 medals to Stabby. Andrew, you're going to have to go after him, put some Zodiac Z12 OC shit on him, some voodoo from down under. You know, underwear, get it? You're from down under? Underwear. I get it. I made a joke. As long as you don't give it to Apocalypse. Okay. Well, I expect Apocalypse will be in here soon enough if he's not oversleeping, because I believe his new job is driving CIA agents to their deaths in the desert. It's a big thing out there. You gotta, because they have to be killed because they know too much, and then he just drives the bodies. From what I heard, they're wrapped up. He doesn't know their bodies. He had to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. No, they're not bodies. They're large pieces of wood shaped something like humans. I'm making this up. This is what I do. Ooh, Stabby's an internet tough guy. Well, I'll bet you're a real life tough guy, Stabby. I get that feeling. I get the feeling that you'd say just about anything in real life that you say here in these chat rooms. And I know Andrew would. I've heard him on other radio shows. And I might have either one or both of you two guys on later if you feel like talking. What the fuck? This is really weird. This is some weird shit, y'all. I'm hearing somebody talk like a little girl. No, I'm not hallucinating. I fucking heard it. I've got a song or a video playing somewhere. That is fucking creepy, man. No, I'm serious. That's fucking creepy, though. I don't like that. I don't like that because I believe ghosts might be a real thing. And hearing some little girl say something like, "Is this meow?" That's what it sounded like. "Is this Joe?" Or something like that. If there's a ghost in here, you're not welcome. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't invite you in. Go to some other dimension. When I'm ghost hunting, you can come out. Don't be coming up in my studio trying to whisper some shit to me. And no, I'm not Joe. You little whore girl. Go away. You demon spawn. You're probably like Roseanne Barr from a past life and shit. I don't like uninvited ghosts. AKA guests. Yeah, that's what you were thinking. Listen, here's what we're going to do, guys. I've got some interesting shit to talk about for you tonight, and then we're just going to go freestyle. But this is important because I keep hearing people say they're going to do big shit and they don't do it, mostly because of fear. They could. Now, we're going to talk about fakers a little bit, if I remember, because you know how it is. These people that come on these TED Talks and be like, here's how you live your dream, and they sound good, and they made it. So you give them credibility. What they don't tell you is, well, my aunt was wealthy. She gave me $230,000 to start out. I'm leaving that out of the story. I'm leaving that completely out of the story because I want to make it look like I was a superhero in getting where I got. I can be more of a motivation that way. Yeah, fuck them, okay? So if you're saying to yourself, okay, if I'm going to listen to you and you haven't made it into the big time yet, what are your credentials? My credentials are, I'm smart enough to know you don't have to be in the big time to help someone get into the big time. I'm smart enough to know that my motivation does not lie in fame, but that doesn't mean I can't recognize the talent and requirements to get to fame. Okay? I just don't care if I'm ever famous, guys. I want one of my books to be a bestseller. I want it to be accurate. That's my lifetime goal. When I finish my next book, I will have achieved all of the public recognition that I would have ever wanted. And that can only be achieved if most of the people in Scotland that buy the book approve of the book. That's all I'm going for. One story. It's a heroic story. It's about my favorite hero, and I want it to be accurate. I'm still creeped the fuck out by the voice sound. So if someone's fucking with me, you know, because people be coming in your backyard and whispering through the window and shit, and then I got to kill people. And I, you know, up close and personal. I don't have any landmines out there. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like a little girl's voice coming from nowhere. So, shit. Anyway, so I've got some things I'm going to read. One of them is 3 tiny tweaks. Now, this would be good for any of you that are doing your own radio show, or even if you're just going to be on a radio show. I can give you 3 fairly quick things to make yourself better on that show. And you can share it with other people if you're so inclined. It's called 3 tiny tweaks that will make you a much better performer. So it's aimed at, in this particular case, there's a lady with a guitar on a stage, but it does apply to any time you're going to be addressing an audience, whether you're just speaking or performing or whatever. And that includes hosting. And then we have, do you have what it takes to be a millionaire author? I'm not going to read the whole thing. What I am going to tell you is probably not. Yeah, you probably don't. You got to go through some shit to be a millionaire author. You have to go through some serious shit to start producing films that make you a recognized name in directing. You have to go through piles and piles of fecal fuckery if you're going to be an actor, a singer, an astronaut. There is a great deal of fuckery to go through. And the biggest and worst part of it is everybody that thinks they can do it is in the same line you are, and there's too many. And that means competition. And that means the statistics say you're probably not going to make it. Now, if your lifetime dream has been and continues to be reaching mid-level management at a local food processing plant, I'm telling you, you've got a good shot at that. I believe you can make that. You might have to get a 2-year degree, maybe a 4-year degree. But I'm seeing that in your future if you're dead set on it. Problem is, nobody wants that. It's not what they set out for, is it? Everybody wants the hot spots, the fame spots, the power spots. Not everybody's going to get it. So we got to figure out, if you're interested in it, how you're going to get there if the other people can't. And I'll share some secrets with you from these people. And then this one I found very interesting because I love to paint by contrast, as you know. It's from Tiny Buddha, which is a great site. And it's 10 questions to ask yourself before giving up on your dream. Think about that. Not, you can do it, you're going to make it, man. But if you're going to give up, at least ask yourself these 10 questions to see if maybe you shouldn't give up. And there are plenty of examples out there of people who had to, you look at like a Stephen King and how many rejection letters he got. It was something in the order of 50 or 60 before he got his first acceptance letter for a novel. Yeah, that happens. But most people won't hang around long enough to get that many, and they can be great stories. Or it could be a radio show like this one. I'm not out there pushing my show, like trying to get advertisers to. I mean, I was interested in one point at trying that, but I'm like, this isn't going to happen. Not like this. Not with what I do. That's just going to have to come later. I need to build up a huge foundation of shows. If somebody comes across it that's interested, that's fine. But I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesman. I've never been good at it. I fix computers. That's my only way of bringing in some cash. And I don't do very well even advertising myself. So it's like there's something missing in me when it comes to valuing money. I know you're supposed to, and money's kind of necessary if you want to make it in the world. But I'm really a lot like fucking Rain Man or whatever. about $1. How much is a car? About $1. How much is a candy bar? It's about $1. I just, something's not clicking in there, and I think I haven't made the transformation between